with ADC, actually. So, but then if you have a case to answer, please answer it. That's it. After all, he is a senior advocate of Nigeria. That shouldn't be a problem. But what Nigerians we pray for is let it be prosecution, not persecution.
Mm-hmm.
All right, below that, you have the picture of Ogun State Governor, Governor Apo Abiodun, and of course, with some government officials and party officials right there during the inauguration of the 3 to 5 kilometer Ladere Professor Wole Soyinka Terminal Road on Tuesday. All right, below that, businesswoman Achimogu kicks as EFCC seeks $13 million forfeiture. Achimogu, you remember the name, was, has been in the news for, alleged wrong reasons, since quite close to like 2 years now. 13 million forfeiture is being sought by the FCC. Beside that, DSS frees Ogun pastor associate after public outcry. Really? Where was he picked up in the first place? Is it because of a voice of dissent? I'm not sure we should send.
It's to send a signal of we are working.
Okay. EFCC quizzes Benue officials over alleged 4.6 billion naira fraud. Rather, Nigerians spend 1.54 trillion naira on beer. Others in 9. Let me say this loudly so that people at the front me hear. Nigerians spend 1.54 trillion naira on beer. Others in 9 months. All right. So much for beer consumers. 1.54 trillion naira. All right. Domestic refiners move to cut petrol imports. Domestic refiners move to cut petrol imports. And top strip. State hosting IDPs $12 million World Bank loan. State hosting IDPs $12 million World Bank loan. I hope that will be an incentive into creating situations of IDP.
And it is a loan
in these states. Yeah, you see. 5 soldiers, policeman killed in Zamfara ambush. No. It's another stories you want to hear or see. 5 soldiers, policemen killed in Zamfara ambush. Those are paid the supreme price. And federal government doubles January bond borrowing to 900 billion naira. And finally, Nigeria's ECOWAS exports fall 13% after Sahel state exit. Nigeria's ECOWAS exports fall 13% after Sahel state exit. That will be all from the front page of the Punch.
All right, the face of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper is quite full this morning, and let's get some of the headlines there. All the headlines there. Governor Yusuf's defection. Kano APC chiefs warn of forced marriage travails. As the riders, Tinubu sat to meet Kwankwaso after session with Yusuf. Barao Ganduje's roles remain key issues. NNPP leader may get top government appointments. That particular headline is on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. To the top strip of the paper, WEF 2026, Edun advances Nigeria's interest endeavors. And the writer says federal government will rely less on debt, focus on driving investment. And we were just saying that federal government doubles January bond borrowing to 900 billion naira. We're seeing different news there on borrowing, on investments right there. Besides that, on page 6, on page 26, Dezani's trial in 100,000 euro bribery case begins in London to last 12 weeks. Dezani's trial in 100,000 pounds bribery case begins in London to last 12 weeks, right? And right here, Constitution review. We will begin clause by clause consideration, January 27, Senate. And right there, the writer says, State Police, special seats for women top list. State Police, special seats for women top list. That's on page 2. Well, Report reveals low awareness of Nigeria's 2025 tax law among business owners in states. You can find that on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Artificial saliva made from sugarcane, promising solution to severe cavities. It's according to a report there on health. PDP presidential ticket open to all Southerners, including Jonathan, says Turaki. And National Working Committee visits Namadi Sambo. Court orders INEC to publish David Mark's ADC list for FCT area council election. Court orders INEC to publish David Mark's ADC list for FCT area council election. Those are the headlines making the face of Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Right, from the Nigerian Tribune, let's move to the Vanguard for today. Vanguard newspaper. All right, Kaduna, names of 177 abducted worshippers revealed. Vanguard, and of course, take a look there. Kaduna, names of 177 abducted worshippers revealed. With riders, 177 abducted, 11 escaped. CSWN group reveals. Police situation report confirms abduction. Attack occurred 1 week after 2.6 million naira ransom was paid for release of some villagers. That's from sources. A rights group accuses security agents of blocking access. Abduction horrific, says the U.S. lawmaker Riley Moore. Made a position on that matter yesterday. Yeah.
And you see, we talked about this. Yeah. We're talking. You've said it this morning too. If I thought that statement from the police was hasty,
yeah.
And now see, the police, you can see police situation reports confirms abduction.
Yeah.
So what happened in the first place? Due diligence was not done. Is the police getting tired?
That's very unprofessional.
Unprofessional. Actually, sanctions should be given. Yes.
Don't just take a position. That's what I said.
And I was saying to
of this magnitude.
Yes, you don't sweep it under the carpet.
You can't just conclude investigation, but
in
because
days.
you have spoken to a few persons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the chairman and that youth leader, they need to be asked questions.
Yeah. I guess yesterday said the investigation needs to be taken over from the Kaduna State Police Command, because it seems they have taken a position on this matter. And so you might not want to be confident in whatever they come up with.
And that's
why I was saying the politicians there, the people representing them, should extend it to the IGP. Let the IGP take over such case, because it seems whatever they are going to come up with in Kaduna State Police Command is tainted already. Even if they will now do the work, people cannot trust them. In as much, just in 2 days, you're already referring to what happened as falsehood.
I was saying it yesterday to the analysts that a body like that will come out, give a statement, and you feel that there would be no credibility, at least a little bit, in whatever it is they're saying.
Right. Another unfortunate incident would be, and another writer says, why we insist attack happened. AYAB, Northern Can chairman. And of course, there is a full list of kidnapped persons. You might want to check out this list. And composite picture shows 2 of the 177 persons abducted that managed to escape. Against the rear view of one of the churches, circled below is the side view of the church where it happened. Sad. We can do a lot more better. Is another thing that it has happened. We couldn't prevent it. Is much more worse that the people that are supposed to be in charge of securing the people are now denying.
How can 177
That's how to bring that Chibok girl situation at that time, because it started with denial, even though it's a different context. And while we are supposed to mobilize action and pursue the assailants, we were busy dragging. Is it true? Is it not true? Till the Chibok situation went. In fact, some of the girls were brought back during Buhari's tenure.
And up until today, there are still some that are there. And how can 177 people, and let's say 11 escaped, so that leaves us with 166 people. How can those, the magnitude of that number, leave a community, not a state, and you would not feel it?
Yeah. And those
people should be brought to book.
Wow. Fire races commercial building in Ikeja Computer Village. Sad. And federal government OPS and coalition cost as the organized private sector on coalition costs over NSITF levy hike. NSITF levy hike and top strip here. Davos, federal government targets less borrowing, more investment. That was about the minister to say they are OP, to do well, to generate more instead of, getting relying on borrowing. And I think this position of the minister, some rumor has it that it got him in the bad books of the people in Abuja. The president, many of his supporters were priding themselves on achieving their target. Even as way back as August, the president said it, that their revenue target was met earlier, even before December. But then, and that was the position told by the party, by other persons to say, oh, our president is working. We hope he's working, really. But by the time it was
time
for budget defense, the minister came out and said they didn't meet the target. They were short of the target. And we learned, it got him into bad books of those that are there. But then, for a person like Wale Edun, I mean, he's a politician. You might want to say he's a member of the APC. He has been with Tinubu from day one. But then, if somebody is saying, whatever you think we have, we don't have it. We can only do more. And it is more like him still towing that level now to say, oh, we can do better this year and we will borrow less. There is no harm in you being sincere, actually. This is the state of our nation, so that everybody will know. But when you keep telling everybody, oh, we are working, we are this and that, there is a proverb in Yoruba land that says, if you have gone to the farm to say you have, gotten yourself 400 heaps, ridges, and what you have done is 200. By the time you have consumed the original 200,
then you fall back on the false.
You will eat your first 200. It's as easy as that. And people that are in Davos, Switzerland, we hope they will take the time to get the best of deals for us. And impeachment, assembly shuns panel peace. You know what? So much things have been said. But before I leave, Mr. and Mrs., your friend told his wife that he would die for her. And she believed him. So will you die for me? That's from Mrs. Your friend told his wife that he would die for her. And she believed him. So will you die for me? And the man responds, yes, at the age of 120.
What's your dying for then? Of course, you may not even live up to 120.
That's vintage mister. Dying is dying. The man has just
die for me.
The man has taken a position to say, when is 120? I die for you.
Well,
you people don't understand sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
That's sacrifice there. All right, that will be all from the Vanguard.
All right, let's move on to another paper right there. The Daily Trust newspaper has this: abduction. Kaduna villagers recount ordeal. Kaduna villagers recount ordeal. Well, Daily Trust, below the nameplate, Dezani appears before UK court over alleged £100,000 bribe. 6 drowned in Benue boat mishap. Right there. And let's check out to the bottom strip there. We can see some pictures. It says, one of the churches attacked by gunmen in Wali village in Kajaru local government area of Kaduna State. You can see chairs toppled right there. And you can see that no one is in the building, at least from this picture. All right, the picture's right there. Ishakudan Azumi, the village head, who said abduction never happened. He should be asked questions. All right. Jonathan Nala, a member of the church who escaped abduction. All right. Luca Bona, a resident of the community. Those people are right there. All right. Article weighs in as supporters obedience clash over ADC ticket. Article weighs in as supporters obedience clash over ADC ticket. 11 killed in Edo auto crash. PDP court dismisses Anyanwu's suit after withdrawal. Varsity students commit suicide after losing 600,000 naira to betting. Well,
So
betting has become a menace a lot,
really.
and people were trying to bring out conversations about how football, is seemingly being sponsored by lots of betting companies, which puts, these betting companies in people's faces, in their subconscious, and begins to reset their minds that probably this betting is a good thing and they should engage in it. But talking about this now, how it's dangerous to people, how it's something we should really look into. All right, those are the headlines right there on Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
All right, and that it's a convenient place for us to take a pause. We make these quick break right now. When we return, we speak to issues in the nation, especially the traditional institution in Yoruba land. And while some are saying this seeming rivalry between the kings should be shelved because there are bigger fishes to fry for the Yoruba land. Of course, we extend the conversation to the state of the Nigerian nation. Stay with us.